Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my podcast, Snacks Thoughts. I say again, welcome to my podcast, Snacks Thoughts. And what is my thought for tonight? Well, my thought for tonight, I was thinking about the 2 million federal employees that could potentially be facing losing their jobs, or furloughs and permanent resignation. Donald Trump, or President Trump, had spoke about one of the orders that he was going to sign and deal with was also cutting back, on the federal government, employees, that portion of the budget. And I guess, his point of view is that, the federal government can't afford to pay these employees the amount of money that they're being paid for what they're getting in return, and so I guess maybe a lot of people on the corporate side, some feel that maybe federal employees, are making too much money and not really, doing anything. So it's not a need to have all of those people on the books. And so what he's proposing or starting with is for at least 2 million federal employees to get them back into the office versus working from home, or they may be in different parts of the country or even different parts of the world. But he's basically put out a mandate, to get them to come back to work in the office. Now, they have till February 6th to, I guess, make up their mind what they want to do. But should they choose not to come back to the office, then basically that's you telling them that's your automatic resignation. Now, one of the options that he has proposed is that, okay, for those that choose to stay home and work from home and they don't want to come back to the office, then what he would do is offer them they would be able to be paid through September of the rest of this year, and before the fiscal year comes in for 2026, which would begin in October, then those particular employees basically would be furloughed or would be permanently resign from their jobs with the federal government. Then another option is there's a buyout or severance package, depending on how long the employees have been there or been vested. The government will offer to buy them out, so they get a certain amount of money or, severance pay, to resign, or leave the federal government early. Then also, the other option is obviously those that are within retirement, age. They got enough years in civil service to retire. So those right there will definitely be targeted, to see if they can get them to retire. So that way they don't have to continue paying them federal salaries, all the benefits, matching, whatever, thrift savings plan, or whatever, the 401k. It's all of those things. So I guess he's basically seeking to clean house and shrink down the federal budget and save the government some money and try to get this get the United States deficit under control, which I don't foresee that happening within 4 years. It's going to take a lot longer than that. But I do believe that he will get some things accomplished, and he may slow down some of the damage, but there's still going to be suffrage. But now myself, being prior military and also having worked for the federal government, what they're going to do is basically start coming out with furloughs. Because even if you have all the employees returned back to the office, the federal government still needs to cut some of them. So what's going to happen, pretty much, probably quite a few are going to get some pink slips. And so him being the president of the United States, I'm saying he's the commander in chief, and also he is the boss of overall federal agencies. So what he can do, and which he probably will, is mandate that a certain amount of employees will be furloughed or rifted, in order to get them up and out so they could get them off the government's books, and so the government doesn't have to spend this much money, I guess, as they believe, on a bunch of employees that really aren't doing much or getting much accomplished. They feel that some feel that maybe it's a waste of money, But when you see the federal government having to cut people, that's when the civilian side is going to be even worse. So it's like heads is getting ready to roll. And, I kind of feel for those that have families, and especially for those, if they've been making the high five salaries or like six figures, they definitely going to try to unload some of them off the books. Basically, when the federal government goes through their furloughs or making their cuts and stuff like that, the only thing that they want to keep when they streamline, they want to keep mission essential personnel only. And that is it, mission essential personnel. So it's going to be interesting, But I foresee that they're going to make some moves to try to force employees out. And if the employees, like I said, if they don't resign, a lot of them, they're going to get fired anyway. They're going to get cut anyway. They're just going to basically what they'll do, they'll furlough them, put them on whatever, say, indefinite leave, and they'll probably get maybe a couple of paychecks. And then after that, in order for these employees for the federal government to keep getting paid, they're going to have to start using their vacation time, their paid vacation time. And once their paid leave or vacation time runs out, then they will no longer receive any paychecks from the federal government. So either way, the cuts are coming. And some of the individuals that work for the federal government, some of them, they went to different locations in the country and they bought houses, and stuff like that because it was cheaper. And so I guess they didn't figure that they would be recalled back to the office. And so now these people have, these mortgages that they still gonna have to pay, but now your job is recalling you, back to the office. So it's going to be interesting, but I foresee it. So they definitely going to get they'll get the retirees, get them, try to, force them out, to retire. And then they'll just move on, just keep on cutting down the line. But, out of 2 million federal employees, I would probably have to take a guess and have to assume that probably at least 50% is going, their jobs are going bye-bye. They're going to go bye-bye. They're going to get furloughed and rifted right on out. So it's like they got an option, hey, you can either, resign now, or either they'll get you, start cutting them, throughout the year. They'll just start giving them furlough notices, and they will be furloughed, or either permanently laid off. They'll just lay them off, That way they don't have the option to come back. If they want to go back into the federal government, they can reapply. But what will happen, they're going to cut these positions as they lay people off and fire and basically get rid of them. What they're going to do, they're going to slash the positions. So they'll slash positions through attrition. So that way, if individuals seek to reapply for jobs with these government agencies, there'll be less jobs. And, once they cut those slots, and then what's going to happen, that's going to drive up competition for people looking for jobs in the federal government. So if you had, say, maybe 20,000 jobs that were available in the federal government, and then say they laid off 10,000, right? Or they basically fired, 10,000 people. Then they took those 10,000 slots that were there and they just wiped those 10,000 slots out. Now, instead of having 20,000 at that original agency, now you only have 10,000 slots available, for the same amount of people to apply. So that drives up competition in the marketplace with the federal government. But it's definitely coming, so they have to February 6th to make up their mind. Either they coming back to the office or they can just let their employer know, hey, I'm not coming back to the office. I choose to resign, or they can say, all right, I'll choose to either be on paid leave until September, till the end of September, or they'll work, from home till September, and the government will permanently, they're permanently resignated, from the job. So either way, he's going to get rid, and shrink this federal workforce down one way or another. But 2 million is the number, right now. And understand that the federal government is, if it's not the largest employer, it has to be the second. I don't know if it's Walmart or the federal, which one, employs more. But it's between the two. Either the federal government is number one or they're number two. And I think Walmart may be number one, or used to be number one, because they've been making cuts too. But when you see this happen with the federal government, what's getting ready to come on the civilian side. It's going to be worse. And so if you got 2 million possibly facing cuts on the civilian side, probably expect to see maybe 3 million, and maybe a little bit more than that to be cut on the civilian side. But it's about to get gritty, but hey, more to come, guys. More to come. But this right here is just the beginning, But anyway, that's all I have, for this episode. The name of this podcast is Snacks Thoughts, SNAKZTHOUGHTS, Snacks Thoughts. And I also have a YouTube channel, Eric Broadus YouTube, ERICBROADUS, YouTube, Eric Broadus YouTube, ericbroadusyoutube.com. So please join Snacks Thoughts. This podcast can be found on Spotify, Spreaker, Acast, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio PBM, SoundCloud, and a host of other social media outlets. So please share it. And also go over to my YouTube channel, smash that bell to become a subscriber, turn on all notifications, and also hit the like button if you like the videos. If you don't like them, hit the unlike button. Either way, leave a comment. Love to dialogue with you. Leave a comment on either one, Snacks Thoughts and Eric Broadus YouTube. But that's all I have on this one, guys. And share both of them, Snacks Thoughts, Eric Broadus YouTube, to friends, family, frenemies, enemies, rats, dogs, bats, goats, cats, whatever. Share them, push them out. But again, the federal workforce facing cuts. Here we go, guys. 2025. Peace out, guys. Later.